Good afternoon. Well, it depends actually where you're tuning in from, but it's good evening from me here in the UK. So, welcome everybody. First and foremost, let's make sure that you can actually hear me before we get started. So, as I let that set up, let me just get this all running in the background. Okay, so you should be now able to watch this if you're in Facebook. I guess we're within the group. So welcome everybody. I have not I've missed you because it's been a year. I haven't spoken to you for at least I never spoke to you since last year. Okay, so welcome everybody for joining in today's session. Hopefully everyone is fine. Let me just make sure I can actually see what's going on. Let me see who is joining us here live right now as you're watching this. So if you are watching this from YouTube, make sure you smash the like button as we're going to get started. So welcome everybody. You've got Janica in the house, Donald, Modern, Crazy, JR Roberts. Okay. So it's just Pete, San, James, Jeannie, and find that Stacy, Reed. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. So here in the UK currently, I don't know what's happened, but it's gone very cold for some reason. So there's some anticipation that is going to be snowing over the weekend, which is, generally or typically in the UK, it's always raining and very cold. So today is going to be an exciting session because obviously it's going to be the first session of the year. But let me actually grab this. Let's get this up on the screen. So let me share my screen with you, okay? And then let me do some shout outs to every single one of you. So if you're watching this, if you're watching this from YouTube and you're not part of the group, I would highly suggest just jump into the Paul Ponner Inner Circle and you'll see some amazing content, okay? So I actually really want to share this because here you can see we're live right now. And what I love, because today specifically, we are going to be looking at Artistly, okay, how you can find clients and monetize your AI design. So more importantly is we're going to also look at aspects how you can find high-paying clients, especially when it comes to AI designs and an aspect of videos, okay? So we're trying to incorporate quite a lot today and look at some case studies, example, things that you can actually model and use for yourself. So very, very important. And the reason I want to bring this up, especially within the group, because we are going to be focusing on Artistly today. Where's my mouse gone there? There we go. You can see. So this is it's always amazing to see what members are doing behind the scenes, especially when it comes to Artistly. So, when you are using the app, hey, come and check out, see what others are doing, because sometimes you can find inspiration from others. So, a big shout out. You can see, people are very excited using this. So this was great because I thought it's amazing that she's actually used it to transport herself into different countries or different parts of the world. So you can see nice high quality image there, and I want to give a shout. And you can see the reach, like over 1,000 people have seen that. Next we've got, let's have a look. So you can see video incorporated in there. Here was another one which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Huge shout out to you, Quincy, before we actually go ahead and we'll jump into the training. But I just wanted to kind of reinforce what we covered last week. So if anyone has missed last week's training, make sure if you go to Artistly, the tutorial section, or alternatively you can watch it on YouTube, we covered how you can create products and actually have them listed on Redbubble. Okay? And Quincy created over 10 product listings. Okay, so no nonsense approach. It's gone ahead and taken action. It can be high quality images, t-shirts and merchandise that use absolutely fantastic. And here we can see the last one was Melanie, because I know Yasha just joined. Okay, and please don't feel shy to share what you are doing, especially when it comes to your creations. Please do so. And if you feel confident, you want to make small videos showing why you did it or strategies that you're using, and you're seeing progress. You can see here, Vijay here, using the consistent feature or the facial swap feature here, right there. So amazing, powerful features. I know Yash will cover at the first part of the segment. So without further ado, we know we have Yash here, so I'm going to let him say hi because he has been patiently waiting there. Okay, so how you doing? Welcome Yash. Welcome New Year to you also.
Awesome, everybody. How's everyone doing?
No, Yash, your audio is not there. This is not a good start to the new year, Yash.
Oh,
don't worry, this happens. Okay, everyone, we'll give Yash a few moments to get his audio in check. But hey, this is life and it's fine. So we can see him waving. So I think if everybody gets their hand, no, we still can't hear you. But if everybody waves enough, then
One
I
second.
guess his audio will come. No, we still can't hear you. So we'll still scroll down on
Hello.
Facebook until you get
Yeah,
your audio fixed.
I
However,
think
as a recap, actually, let me get out of this. I don't want to show you too much because it's going to pop
I
up the
think
screen.
there is some issue
It's
with
going
your
to print you like,
speaker.
no, we still
It's
can't hear you, Yash. You're going to have to try harder.
no, it's
Please.
it's
Yeah, your
showing
mic
me
is
that.
definitely not working. Oh, actually, sorry. You know what? Go on, talk. Hello?
Yeah,
Oh, perfect. Yes, I can hear you.
yeah, awesome, no
Fantastic.
problem.
Okay,
Yeah,
fantastic.
perfect. Awesome. Perfect. Awesome. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the show. Sorry for the, hiccup. Anyways, thank you so much for joining on. I'm super excited for you. We have Yash and you have Ali over here. And today we will be covering something really, really interesting. I hope you have your hands on train your own AI feature. I'm gonna go more detail into that. Okay, number one. Number two is a consistent character that I promised you last week. We have finally have it. People have already started using it, and and it's gonna be fun. So it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna start sharing my screen without wasting your time. Let's get it rolling, right? Like how we're gonna use it, where is it, where you can find it, and all that. Cool, perfect, awesome. Perfect. Let me share my screen. All right, cool. All right, so this is beautiful Artistry's dashboard. Okay, so where do you find it? You find it inside the fast AI image designer. Soon it will be in the advanced AI image designer, but these two things you will see that was not there. Train your own AI and 3D consistent characters. I'm just gonna go a little bit into that. We have already did a video on it in our meta group, so please do check it that out. But excuse me. So what it is train your own AI, right? So basically train your own AI is for the first time ever you can instantly train AI with your own photos to basically create consistent characters, to create consistent images in different scenarios and all that. What are the use case? Right? Let's talk about the use case, right? The best approach. You can take this image. So for example, let's you wanted a professional LinkedIn Photoshop, right? For example, right? You can do that. Just upload one photo of yours anywhere, selfie photo, anything in the garden, whatever it is. You can turn it into beautiful real life headshot, right? That's one use case. Second use case, ads. Third use case, thumbnails. Fourth use case, specifically for banners and announcement that you're doing. It's just no brainer, guys. You can literally say like bye bye photography. Don't ever have to think about photography ever again. You can put yourself anywhere in this world, any place that you possible is, in any outfit possible, with holding something or doing any activity or whatsoever, right? All you have to do, you have to come here and you have to upload your image. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to upload that image. So 1 second, I'm going to upload that image real quick. Let's say I upload this gentleman's image. Okay, 1 second, I misclicked something. Okay, share my screen again. So yeah, I uploaded this gentleman's picture, and then what I have to do is a simple thing, right? Select gender, male or female, whichever photo that you have uploaded, right? Dimension, choose a dimension. Similarity is how much you want similarity. High is the highest, low the lower end. So yeah, now what that would do, let's say I want this gentleman as a pirate in a ship, right, with red shirt or something like that, right, or with red clothing, whatever it is, right? And just one hit generate in just one click, right? I just uploaded one photo. I haven't uploaded, it didn't take me like hours to wait. I didn't have to wait for days for AI to train or whatsoever, anything like that. Just one image for instant training. And then it's gonna take all the facial features, the designs and everything. It's gonna put it like, look at this example, right, that I have generated using that gentleman as a warrior, as a basically gladiator warrior in the snow, that I could use it in the ads. Now how we're gonna use it in an ad, I'm gonna show you, right? So look at that, we got the pirate one, right? Look at that, very simple, exactly the guy is with the red clothing and all that. Now let me show you the next step. So far we know everything here, right? But how do we take it far? You see this pencil icon over here? Click on this, boom. Now we click on it and it will take you to the editor, the advanced editor, right? And that's where the magic begins. Now what you can do, you can have this guy wear anything. That's, we know, with the merge magic. But we can do a lot of things, a lot of cool things here, right? You can change the dimension, okay, in the setting option here, whatever you wanted. I want, let's say, 920 by 1080 dimension. Like, I wanted to resize it, so I made my canvas like a horizontal canvas. You click on resize it, it will resize your canvas. Okay, guys. Then what you can do a lot of cool stuff here, right? You can play with the image like this. But let's check this out, right? I want to use this image, but I want to use it as a thumbnail and want to do it for my video, or I want to do it as an ad, right? Then what you can do, second step, go here and implement the remove background functionality, right? Which will here remove the background. Now what it will do, it will beautifully cut out the object, right? Which we know what remove background does, and then put it inside the basically inside the canvas with the background removed. Now what you can do, the third and the major step, is you can take any thumbnail you want from the internet. I'm going to show you how to do that. Come to the mirror magic, okay, get this thing operated, and just instead of that guy, put this guy. As simple as that. That's how easy it is, right? Look at that. We got a beautiful image removed as a PNG. I can play with it. Now I can play with the background. We got layers and everything. Now, step number 3, nothing complicated, right? Nothing complicated. Come to the AI, mirror magic, okay? Now you have to put some image into that. For now, I'm just gonna create like from a magic prompt, okay? I'm gonna say, oh, sharp thumbnail, left space empty. Okay, one second. I'm just saying, right? Engaging thumbnail, left space empty, and right space with text that says, let's see, that says, okay, cool. Find out now. Okay. Give with some with in adventurous style, or yeah, in professional style. Adventure doesn't make sense. Professional style. And the whole idea doesn't make sense, but I'm doing the example with Pyre, right? There's a magic prompt and enhance. What it's gonna do is gonna enhance your prompt a little bit, right? Like create a visually appealing attention, blah 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 blah, right? And then generate the image. Okay, wait a second. You have to generate the image in 16 by 9, right? Because your dimension is that. Boom, 16 by 9, and you can create posts. You can create ads. You can create product photos. You can create banners with your own photo dressed up like this. It was a pain for me. Specifically for specific thumbnails or ads where you want to specify, right? Excuse me. And specifically, let's say you have your dentist client, or specifically in the oh, okay, there you go, right? So it's okay. I can for example, this is a basic thumbnail that we got, right? It's good. It's nice from the get-go, right? Now there are a few things that you can do, right? You have your layers option here. You can like drag it down. You can drag the layers. You can change the guy. You can put it here, and you have this thumbnail, right? Pretty nice thumbnail. Now, few things here that could have changed, which I want to change the words. I want to change the text, whatever it is. What I can do, you can always go with the text editor, and I want to pick the image, right? And I want to go to the text editor. One second. Let me click on the text editor again, and then I want to wait one second. Make sure you choose the right image, like make sure the layer 1 or the layer 2. Basically, just make sure, what I'm trying to say is choose the layer that has the text, right? Now this is a basic thumbnail, right? Basic. Now if you would have given it more idea or mirror magic, it's just game changer, right? So now let's see, right? So what it's gonna do, it's gonna give you that image with the text changes, right? So what you can do as a text layer, you can go and then you can change it. For example, let me just show you. We can just change it like this, right? So one second. Okay, I mistakenly deleted that layer. Anyways, let me just add it again. No issues. There you go. And then if you find any difficulties in here, you can always change the layer. Click on this layer option, and then just drag it top. You can lock the layer if you don't want to change it or stuff like that. If you want to remove something, you can do the object remover, and then you can specify some wordings or specify some, I don't want these, right? I want to change this, right? For example. And oh yeah, there was this one error that we have actually encountered it, and I just wanted to let you know there was this bottom part that's not getting marked. There was this known error from our side. We're fixing it. It will be fixed in a day, and you will probably have it better. Like you can like remove it. There's some bugs over there. So yeah, let me know if you see yourself doing that's the beauty. This will drastically speed up the entire process. Yes, absolutely, it's gonna drastically. Now what I'm gonna do, guys, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take an actual thumbnail. Okay, this is exactly what you can do, and then Ali will show you how you can take like post ideas and all that, and then you can actually create posts and ads and stuff like that, and how simple it is. All you want from your client is not to prep them up and go for a day and scout the location and do the photo shoot and do all that. You can literally ask them, hey, all I need is one picture of yours, and I'll take care of the entire year of content for you, social media, for a monthly retainer of X amount, right? $500, $700, $600. Plus, if you want additional, what I will do is I will also run these as an ad that will bring you leads and sales on top of what you're already getting at this cost, at like $300 a month that you would pay to advertisement, that is $10 a day, and then on top of that $500 for me helping you set that up, everything, right? That is where everything is going, right? Not everyone wants to sit there and be into the shoes like, okay, I want to take, that now you can recreate any thumbnail, recreate it in from scratch. I will show you how to create it from, how to create from like an actual successful thumbnail. But you get my point, right? The idea here is, for example, this is a perfect example I got in front of me. But let me know, is that making sense to you guys so far? Is that making sense? Type yes in the chat box. So far, it's all clear. Awesome. Let's see. Perfect. I'm gonna blow your mind. Okay, just 1 second. Let me just show you this thing. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my thumbnail over here. So bundle of offers, different assets. Yes, perfect. Exactly. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my thumbnail over here. 1 second. All right, so we got, okay, is my audio share? Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Just 1 second. I'm finding a video. Let's say, or you can give me any video, guys, if you want, like any video that you have, any video that you want, and also I'll show you where, for example, this is a video example. Do you have any example you want me to replicate, or you want to show any example, anything that you want, you can replicate with that. Just 1 second. Ali, if you want to add something while I'm doing it, you can. If you see anything, any questions. 1 second. You're muted actually.
Yeah, sorry. There we go. So yeah, everybody can see that it's a great way, especially when it comes to creating thumbnails.
Yeah.
I think Yash will demonstrate you that, even if you
1
went
second.
to, as for an example, if you went to YouTube, there's nothing stopping you from capturing somebody else's thumbnail of a great, there's ways that I think Yash will probably show, or I can show, it's not a problem, where we've done this in the past, where we can see which are the best high performing thumbnails, and then we can come and we can capture that high performing thumbnail. We can use mirror magic to model that exact thumbnail, right?
Yeah, agree 100%. So let me show you this, right? So this is what I've got from a YouTube channel, right? Which site? So we will link to it. There's a site where you can download anyone's thumbnail, right? So you can just go there and you can download the thumbnail, right? Like you can put the YouTube URL and you can download it, right? Now let's see, right? Go to AI, go to Mirror Magic, click on Create Generate Prompt. Now, this is the game changer, right? Now it's gonna keep it. It's gonna bring you and give you the prompt, the image, everything in detail. Click on Edit Prompt. Okay, now it gives you the prompt, right? But I don't want the man. I want my character to be there. I want myself there, right? I want myself there as a person, or whatever you call it, right? Let's say as a pirate, right? That we had. So what you can do there, guys, is click on this magic wand, okay, and just say remove the man from this. That's it. That's all you have to do. You can edit it by telling it, right? It has successfully written it. Boom. And all you have to do is generate. Now look at that. It's going to replicate it with an own design. You can change it the way you want it to. Okay. You can change the thing, and then you can have your guy, you can have your client, you can have your own prospect at this place, at this point. And that is the beauty, and that's the power, that this power of productivity, of to get you from an imagination, from idea to an actual creation or a content, is game changer, guys. Right now it actually generated in that, where it perfectly showed you that tablet and all that. Now I can just say, you know just keep the headline, right? For example, as I can enhance it, right? Is just say the image depicts the white background and all that. And if you see that it's doing a lot of that, well, you can always come again, do this, generate the prompt, and it will do that again. And you can remove that guy. That's the beauty. You can also do, or you can face swap it as well, right? Now check this out. So there's this thing, and let's just generate it with this, right? Let's just generate with this, right? So, and then what you can do, you can switch off this idea, right? You can switch off what it is being generated, and you can put your own character, put your own object in there, put your own subject, right? While it's showing you, you can find in the media library. Another thing that we have added in the media library is you have the ability to remove images, right? Like anything that you, okay, there we go, right? So we got this, we got testimony tube created in this seconds and stuff like that. All I can do is either I can like crop it. Oh, there's another thing, right? You can generate it again, right, if you don't like it. Or what you can say is, because this was mentioned in the prompt, that's why it generated exactly it is. But you can use edit prompt with AI, excuse me, to guide it, to tell, I don't want this, I want my guy image, I want my mockups, I want my stuff over there, right? Instead of this. And then you can put your own character over there. How would you put your own character? Look at that, right? Pretty simple, right? You got this, your nice mockup with written audio, video, whatever it is. All you can say, you can obviously do the remover, right? You can obviously remove the guy you want, right? Like this. But there's a better way, right? You can, instead of just saying this guy or whatever it is, just remove the guy from the prompt. Simple stuff, right? Remove the guy and keep the space, right? Simple. Enhance it, and let's see what it does in the prompt, right? The space in the front of tablet displaying this is this, and just generate it again. Let's generate it again, right? And it will do the job that would take us. And then you can do multiple trials, multiple testing, and then you have a nice thumbnail created from the actual thumbnail that was created, like, with beautiful markups, with your own needs, right? You could do with ads, you could do this with anything you want, anything you have like created, right? Anything you have desired. So let me show you just one example, right? I wanted that markup exactly. You can either crop it, because we don't have a lot of we have a lot of white space. But let's say if the case is like that, where there is the issue that you cannot remove it or crop it or erase the object and erase the subject and all that kind of good stuff, you can always generate the image, right, where the guy is not there, and just put the guy from that you have. So that gives you the flexibility that you didn't have before. Does that make sense to you guys? Let me know. So Awesome. Any chances? Okay. Could you create a picture? Awesome. 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 Perfect. Anything? How do I find? Awesome. 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 Ali, do you see anything that is? I mean, I was trying to do. Now I know. Thanks. Perfect. Exactly. That's the thing. Because now all it gives you, right? Ali will show you the multiple examples, but the idea is very simple. Bring anything that you like, generate the prompt where without it, right, and get the stuff you want. Another thing I want to mention, guys, which we have not covered, okay, a lot of you guys actually want perfect text in image, right? So what we did, guys, here is we create from prompt option. Please use this. It's a game changer, guys. You don't want to go to the advanced image designer. You want something quick, something easy, something on the spot. This is for you, guys. This is for you, okay? Come here, click on create from prompt. This is an additional thing that we have added that was not there, okay? Just do a prompt, okay? Just do a prompt. Let's do, right? So a bizarre character creature holding a chalkboard that says free teeth whitening, for example, something like that, right? You don't have to worry about it because prompt and answer will do the job for you. You don't, because we always want perfect text and image, right? Now you can come here, you can do fast and you can do high quality and you can generate the image. Now you'll see something you want quick, you want something easy, you want something there, you can do with this. This is the game changer, guys. Come in the perfect text and image, come to the create from prompt and do anything. I'm just gonna, while this is being generated, you say, let's say 3D Pixar style farmer holding a wooden chalkboard or whatever it is that says deal ends to, or something like, basic stuff that we say in the ads are, right? Free inspection, free pest inspection, or whatever it is, free free inspection today, right? And just let the magic prompt do the magic for you, right? What's the magic prompt? Come over here, there's this prompt and answer, do the enhance prompt, let it generate it for you, okay? Let it do it or job for you, right? Create a 3D Pixar, blah blah blah, perfect, fast and high quality. Choose high quality always, right? If you want perfect without jumbled words and letters, and you'll see there, right? Our previous generation must be completed by now. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. We didn't prompt anything. We didn't do anything. Whatever it is, that's the beauty, guys. That is the beauty, right? Now we haven't stopped here. We haven't stopped here. While it's being generated, you can play with it. You can move around with this, right? There's another thing that we have added over here, right? Just in case you use image designer because you want quick images for your books and stories and all that. Let's say I would say dogs. Let's say Pikachu. Let's say I like Pikachu. Let's say this golden. Okay, 1 second. Duck doing the scuba diving, right? Do the prompt in answer, generate the prompt, right? So duck doing the scuba diving, something, right? Whimsical underwater scene. I'm gonna do 4, and I'm gonna generate the image, right? Something really interesting that we have added was not there, okay, guys? Which is, look at that, free inspection today. There you go. Nice ad, instant ad, right? Now you see, you got these examples, right? You can regenerate always. Now there's something interesting that we have never, two things, okay? You click on image, you click on regenerate, okay? You don't like what it is, you want something more real. All you have to do, click on this magic wand option and click on make it real looking. Just do that. And when you do it, what's gonna do, it's gonna play some things behind the scene and it's gonna make it real looking. It's gonna try, excuse me, it's gonna make it so such that the illustration that came out, it's more realistic, right? You see what the difference is completely changed. So you don't have to give up on your prompt. Once you find it, you can generate it in multiple styles and multiple dimensions and multiple angles, right? We didn't have all these seals and everything. It automatically, this looks more realistic. Now let's go it further, right? Now you want to come here, there is this fix the image option. This is game changer, guys. For some reason you like this image, but you don't like the hands, the fingers are a little bit off, the text are a little bit off. Just click on fix the image, and almost all of the time what it will do, it will give you a better fixed version of the image. Let's say an image where you have a couple hugging each other, for example, or a mother having a kid, in her hand, or something like that, holding the kid in her hand. But the issue is the hands looks off and the fingers looks off. Click on that image, eye option, okay, and click on fix the image. Just want that image, right? And what it will do, it will process it, and will try to find the things that were not good, and will make it more, it will make it look good. It will try to fix all the things that were absurd in there, right? The things were not good in that image, and it will give you the best quality image that you can find for your prompt, right? This is game changer, guys, right? Let me give you an example, right? Like a guy falling from the sky in the black volcano. Okay, prompt and answer, generate the prompt. Cool. Just something, right? Something that we want. Takes a few seconds, right in front of you. Boom, there we go. Right. So what it will try to do, it will give it more legs. It will give it there you go, right? And then the quantity, make it 4, and generate the image, right? Now let's see our previous image with that dark thing. Okay, look at that, right? Now there's another thing, right? So the guy falling from the sky in the volcano looks realistic, but somewhat like that, right? You can always come on this image, you can click on regenerate, and you can always click on this edit option. You can do make it real looking, or whatever. You fix the hands, show the fingers properly, do that, do this, change it to a different style, change the man to the guy, these viral clips that we all see on Instagram, right? You can do that. Right now I see there is some all right, perfect, there you go. I'm just going to generate 4 images again, and boom, there, that's the beauty, right? Now mix of these workflow, the one that I showed you on with the mirror magic, and the one that I'm showing you right now, this is the game changer. It's a game changer, right? Like, yeah, this one is better, obviously better than what we had. This is not good. It's not good. This one is better. It looks real. Oh, this one is even more realistic, right? Falling from the sky. So that's the thing, right? That is the thing that you need to look at. So let me know, guys. I know I covered quite a lot of things, and quite a lot of fix the image and all that. This is the option I was looking for, Yash. It fixed text as well. Oh, wonderful. Awesome. Can these images, perfect. Yes, you can convert these images into videos using Video Express, 100%. Fix the image is a great upgrade. Thank you so much. And perfect. I use okay. We are using the latest version of image generation model. So making sure you always get the desired quality and the highest quality image, right? We're so proud to say processing processing wait for you. Also, can you zoom in? Yep, exactly. Perfect. All right, so exactly. So I was having a running dog in the snow, but created videos and removed. Okay. Yeah, you just have to play a little bit with the. I have used hyper realistic image as a prompt before, or 8K resolution. Yeah, those all are those tricks. That basically helps you. Helps you create the better image. But let me know. Did you guys get to know a little bit more about how you can improve your workflow for creating winning ads, winning designs, winning thumbnails and prompts? And definitely Ali will take over, and he will 100%, you can download and import. So we make sure, we're so proud to say that the image quality generation is by far the best that you can ever have, you know excuse me, compared to like tools out there. and specifically when it comes to like the text, specifically when it comes to the features that you want and all that. So I mean, you want it for t-shirt designs, you want it for product markups, you want it for thumbnails, you want it for ads, you want it for workflow creation normal, you want it to sell it as a service for content creation or social media posts and all that. This is the game changer, guys. Like while I was working, while I was we were fixing this and while we were doing all that, it was just game changer. So yeah, so let me know if you have any questions, Ali. Mike's over to you, and thank you so much, guys, for your time. And yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes. Just before you go, could you just quickly go back to the cartoons of the man jumping in the volcano and the little duck?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, didn't I show that?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to mention something whilst you have it up because I don't have those little ducks on my side.
I
So
see. Okay.
this is the key thing because I saw a lot of the questions. So if you scroll down to the little cartoony ducks,
Yeah.
okay. So this is a very important point, everyone, because I know there were some questions around it. Now, I just want you to understand, as an individual, whether you're working on your own projects for clients, etc., this can also be a mascot or some brand or a character or of your storyboard. Okay, very very important point. So things like talking photos, if you're using a photorealistic image, or if you're using things like Video Express, I want you to just picture this, whether it's a human or a cartoon, cartoony style design that you're creating. You can actually create storyboards and actual videos based upon a particular character. Okay, so you're not just confined to cartoon style images, but if you have those human realistic things, you can create series of videos. So whether it's for PowerPoint presentation, whether it's for video sales letters, whether you want to have a hybrid with green screen, all of this stuff that you can do. So don't just think of it being limited. Okay, don't think of it being just limited to graphic design. I mean, there's an incorporation where we can take these elements of design and we can get them, because remember, the prompts are really important. That what Yash is doing here, these prompts will also work with things like talking photos. How specific you are with the prompt is the effect that you'll get as the end result. So just imagine, a lot of people saw they were creating storyboards. I think that one was shared in the group, that you can create these really hyper extended storyboards just based on these characters, and these characters you can repurpose them time and time again, because in the past with other softwares, that when you create that one character, that's it, it's a one-time thing, you can't repurpose that character. And what I loved about when you go into the character, there is an element where you can make adjustments, isn't, to the prompt. So you can retain the same character, but you could ideally change elements of the clothing. So if there was another scene, maybe it's a night scene, afternoon scene, morning scene, you can change it. You can basically customize and modify the entire setup of the scene that you want. So maybe you have a character that's starting off on planet Earth, then they travel over to space, they go onto Mars, they meet some aliens. So the only thing that will hold you back is your creativity. Okay, it's just your thought process. But even if you're not a creative person, there's things like ChatGPT that will help you plan out a script of your storyboard, and then you can get those elements of those inputs, come over to Artistically, and put them into the consistent character prompt section. Okay, so it's a really simple thing, but once you understand, like Yash mentioned, once you have kind of the initial framework set up, you'll get the gist of it very very quickly. So don't be afraid to play around or just enjoy it and get familiar with all the functions, because it's a brand new function that just came out, as you know. And it's a very powerful way of giving you variations that are just because sometimes what will happen in the past, as you know, the moment you created one image, it's sometimes it can be frustrating. So the way this was designed is to give you 4 different versions and see which one you really like, saving you time and essentially money, isn't it? Because time is money. And then based on those versions, you can identify which one's the best one, and then you can customize it. This is the key thing. You can customize it towards your own needs or maybe your client's needs. And then based on that, you can make a series of um, videos, or even based on that character, it could turn or translate into ebooks, graphic design, t-shirts, merchandise, mug, any kind of merchandise you think of. Just I want you to understand that one design can then translate even into video or a whole plethora of different avenues. So thank you, Yash, I really appreciate that. And then
Yeah, and I just wanted to add right while we were talking. Look at that, guys. Look at that. In just from just a keyword, I didn't went into that in detail, but look at this, right? I just give it a keyword, for my storybooks, for my videos and all, just give me one keyword, okay? I want a yellow eye with green hair character. It generated me, given me example, and just in front of you in less than 22 minutes, right? I generated 4 consistent character scene. Walking inside the cave, walking in the rainforest, standing, keeping the character same, right? And then running on the beach or standing on the mountain. So that's something that was not possible before. It's the most requested feature, keeping everything aligned. And this is for you right now. You can actually access it for absolutely free. Log into your account, and just start playing with it. This is a game changer, guys. Specifically for your videos, if you want to use them for videos, specifically for projects, for books, for for your like, for example, you call this coloring books were in big trend, right? So it's big trend of coloring books and all that. You can put slam dunk, touchdown, goal, home run. Thank you so much, everybody. So I hope you loved it. We keep us posted with your feedback, with your results, with your suggestions, and we're always on top of everything that you guys ask for, and we're ready to provide you that. There's so many, just to start of the, once again, happy new year, guys. But there's so many stuff that is yet to come. Don't want to spill a lot of beans, but yeah, yet to come. I'm pretty excited, but I hope you loved so far, so good. And then thank you so much for having thank you so much for spending your precious time with me. I really, really, really appreciate this. Giving mic over to you. I'll get going, and then thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next week with some more updates and some more golden nuggets for you. Till then, take care.
Thanks, Yash. Thank you very much for that.
Bye.
Okay, and that was Yash. So thank you very much for Yash. Very in depth, and again, where Yash is located is a different part of the planet, and especially with the timing. I think it's probably midnight where he is right now. So it just goes to show, sometimes there's a lot of dedication that happens behind the scenes. So we try not to limit ourselves with time as hard as it is. So thank you very much for Yash to doing it. And I know he's in the background probably smiling because he's very passionate, and it feeds through. I know you probably know Yash for longer than you know me. So thank you again for Yash for that amazing piece of training and education. So please make sure you act upon what Yash said, otherwise he'll be very upset. Okay, it is 2025. So so now let's get to some interesting stuff, because everybody here is going to want to know, Ali, how can I monetize Artistly AI? What's another avenue I can monetize Artistly in terms of finding businesses or finding high paying clients? What are some other avenues that we can explore that are inexpensive for me to begin on a shoestring budget? Okay. And something that can start relatively as fast as possible. Being the new year, I think everybody is eager to kind of probably clear off those Christmas bills, right? I can imagine those credit cards have been maxed out with all those presents. So now the year is fresh. We've got to get going. Okay, so let's begin with Create Design. Okay, as you're in the Artistly dashboard, we've got the two design functions. Let's go for the very basic, not basic, but the fast AI image designer opposed to the advanced. Okay, so some key things. I'm not going to run through them all, but I just want you to have this in mind. Okay, this is the key thing. Now, in terms of the perfect text to image, every single component that you're seeing here within step one under the category item, okay, is your ability to service a client. Okay, or you can do it for yourself, but let's just theoretically say we're doing this for the purposes of a client. Okay, we're offering services. Each and every single component here is a service that you can provide. Now, not only can it be an individual service, but you could also, if you wanted to do, is to stack multiple different services or different categories on top of the other. So you could offer the client or the potential prospect a logo service. Okay. You could also offer them possible social media posts and things like artwork. Okay. Anything that could help them with their social media, as an example, if we're just going to focus on certain elements within social media. Okay. So you could service clients individually, or you also have the ability for those that think, hey, what about if I done social media management? So to keep it simple, social media management could be the case of a client gives you their Facebook account and you tell me, is this easy or is this going to be difficult? You create content, okay, like an inspirational post based on their niche. So, say for example, if it was a dentist, they would want content around, let's say, if we were going to focus that their dentistry was focused on teeth whitening services, okay. So, our main job would be then from the dentist, our brief would be, hey, I want you to create 30 days worth of content around how people can whiten their teeth, okay. Now, there's that organic content about home remedies, but then the main aspect is there's an element of education that business wants, but they have their third party services, or they are essentially offering a paid service. So put that aside. All we want to do is create content around how someone can whiten their teeth for this particular dentist. Okay, I just want you to have that thought in mind, and then we kind of work backwards from there. So that's one example, and we'll come back to that later. But in the aspect of right now, I'll go in a structure. First, we're going to address t-shirt creations, okay, because this is an important one, especially coming from last week as well. So let's just say for the very first time, if you're creating a t-shirt, we've got different versions of t-shirt mock-ups, okay, t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys, and you also have t-shirts with text. Now, if I went for a t-shirt design here, remember, we can create something from scratch, and again, it all comes down to the input. Either you want to enhance the prompt, or you can do the edit the prompt section, okay. You can do either or. Now, once you have a t-shirt, fine, great, we are ready to go. Alternatively, this is the key thing, okay. This is, remember, we're trying to make your life easier. So with the advanced AI image designer, once you go in there, just always think about mirror magic, which is going to make your life easier, okay. Mirror magic. Now I've got a couple of options. I can go to Redbubble as one example out of many. Okay, you can go and you can see if I wanted to create t-shirts, and remember, clients also want designers. Now, if you went on to Fiverr, you will see services of people that are offering t-shirt designs. Okay, somebody comes with an idea or they want a graphic or design, we can do that. Or alternatively, if you want to create your own merchandise and place them on places like Redbubble, we can also do that on the side, okay? And if you want to learn how to do that, especially when it comes to Redbubble and other alternative platforms, you can always go back and watch last week's recording where we went in depth around Redbubble and many other platforms similar to. Okay, so just remember, anytime you see a graphic or a design, hey, you can see Redbubble. All you would need to do is come in and you can take an image of that. Whether hey, we can see I can save as. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily save it as a graphic, but if you have a screen capture, okay, that's something that I can do. I just take an image of, and you'll see a new window will pop up, and straight away I have that t-shirt. Okay, so it's always best to find a good suitable graphic that's very clear, okay, because that's how the AI is going to work the best, if it's nice and clear and readable. Okay, so these are some of the things to always have in mind. So if I go to the media library now and I just drag and drop, let me bring that image across. Okay, and let's go ahead, and you can see that image there. Okay, that's great. Now I don't want that image right now. I'm going to delete it and I'll explain why. So coming back to Artistly, every graphic that you're seeing now is something that was generated by Artistly itself. So I want you to imagine if I'm creating a mock-up or catalog of images that are going to be demonstrating my product being the t-shirt, and I'm selling it, then I want to hire a main model for the purposes of wearing that garment or that particular cloth that I am being the t-shirt. Now, many people will hire a male model, and they will have to hire a premise of a shop or whatever it may be, and hire that individual first and foremost, and put in a location. They'll have to hire a photographer, or some expensive lighting equipment and photography equipment. Okay, we're talking a lot of money, whether it's $500 or $1,000. Remember, it's a day, and also you're paying that model for the day. Okay, so here, if I went to, I've got both Artistly, the fast section of Artistly, okay, the designer, and also the advanced designer. And here you can see, let me show you what I was able to create in terms of these mock-ups. Okay, so I'm going to show you this image right now, and I want you to understand this was all created with using Artistly. Okay, so the main crux of creating this model is because I want to use merch magic. Okay, so when it comes to t-shirts, I'm going to show you the most easiest way of getting your t-shirt designs made, whether you're creating designs that are literally lifted from somebody else's design, Say for example, here you can see if I'm in Google, I just typed in, buy t-shirts. Okay, I go to superficial, and you can see that there's some absolute beautiful designs that you can choose from, and these are, look, $42 for a t-shirt. It's crazy. Okay, so this one looks quite funny, doesn't it? So I've got this one here. I don't know, this guy with his little cat on there. So I can actually take this and we can try to put this garment on another subject. Let's see if, let's test this out. Okay, but yeah, if people are going to pay $42, fine. Obviously there is an interest of it, but it's just the reason I mention it's demonstrating to you, even though you think that people won't like this stuff, there are people clearly paying for this type of content in terms of being on a t-shirt. So now here we have this t-shirt, we can replicate it, that's fine. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep this model here. We'll simply go over to Merch Magic. Okay, and then once we select it, always make sure you select the image on the canvas, and then we're going to go to select cloth type. Okay, now I can upload that image. Have I saved it? Let's have a look. Okay, yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now we have that t-shirt there. And remember, the cloth type tutorials will cover this also, but if it's a female overall, because if you're in a skirt, and lower will be jeans. I mean, just remember this, we're not just limited to a t-shirt. Okay, we can also make adjustments to even the jeans, and if we go to the advanced AI section, we can change the prompt in terms of the color and the trainers. In printing, we can change the hair or any facial features we so desire. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap cloth. So we'll give that a few minutes. So once you understand the basic fundamentals, then it's just a case of figuring out where can I get designs from, and how can I take those designs and lay them on top of my subject. Okay, so very, very important stuff. Now, as I'm going through this, my main intention is to make this as easy, or make it appear as easy as possible. Is everybody with me so far? Now, as I'm making it appear easy because of the steps, I'm trying to really make this as simplistic as possible. Don't underestimate the amount of magnitude that's happening behind the scenes. Okay, so don't underestimate the value of this, because you're thinking, well, if it's taken Ali like maybe 30 seconds, it can't be that expensive to do. I promise you, do not take it for granted what you're experiencing right now in terms of this training. Okay, because you can imagine how many companies there are out there that are selling merchandise, clothing, that are abundantly in need of help, of being able to demonstrate their clothing to prospective customers online. So many websites out there, as you know, online websites that are selling clothing, whether it's even Amazon, eBay. We've got all these clothing stores, for example, Redbubble, Facebook Marketplace, etc., or even local businesses that want to, they want to have an online presence and be able to, clearly show off their products and their clothing. We can now do that. Just imagine you go into the store, look at a t-shirt, take a picture with your handheld phone, and then you can actually put them on male models and do a whole catalog and inventory for a business. So you can actually service that client with all their clothing and get it done. Okay, so can everybody see that? Now remember that image of the guy with the guy with the cat on there. We've actually then transported it across over to our subject. Okay. Now, can the character be repositioned? Yes, we can simply move things along. But remember, with the AI, it's always going to be centered. But here's the key things, okay? Now, this t-shirt that we created, if you remember, if we were servicing the client, we can use as is. But what about if I want to create something a little bit more unique? Then I can come back to Mirror Magic. And this is where things get interesting, that we can create unlimited variations or versions of this particular t-shirt. However, the great thing with this is that we can actually allow it to be copyright free. We can recreate somebody else's image, make it our own, and then apply a copyright of that image of our very own. And then we can offer that copyright and license to others if they want to use our graphic, okay, and our design. That's another method of maximizing revenue using Artistly. And check this out. Look out. This is even more hyper realistic. Okay. Can you see this? Now we got the guy, we got a different version of a guy with a cat on the hair, right? And this will look even more realistic compared to the original. Okay. Can you see that? Now, as you understand, we've made a nice template here. Great, fantastic. If I now go ahead and I select Smart Expand, now we can actually create a much larger image. The reason I'm showing you this is once we create that larger image, there's nothing stopping us from, see this subject that we have on this one t-shirt? We can, like Yash showed you before, which was, it's a nice segue into this as well. We can create multiple different male models or female models, and we can remove those backgrounds, and then we can layer and position, reposition different models into the expanded scene. Okay, 16 by 9. Does that make sense? If there's any confusion, I'm more than happy to clarify. And I'll just go to settings. I will change the width and make a readjustment on that and resize it. Okay, but just showing you very quickly how quick we're able to do that. Okay, expand that in that very short scene to make it more professional and amazing looking. Okay, and just like that. Now, if you wanted to, you're more than happy to do this. We can remove the entire background. We keep the subject intact. And if our client has a store of their own, we can take a picture of their store. We remove the background and we layer our subject so it appears that they are actually in the store of our prospective client. Okay. Is there so really important? And you know what I find is that when you make these adjustments, you can even get even better improvements with the AI when you're doing it. So if I want to remove the background, remember you can just remove the background like so, and it'll just remove everything. We can have just one. If I wanted to do in painting, I can change the color of his hair, any facial features, etc., etc. So, I'm not going to show you this again, but you're already aware that everything is hyper realistic. We can see the shadows, the creases, even look is actually AI generated, so it is very hyper realistic. But remember, we can also use this for ads. Now, second place we can find graphics, Free Pick. Okay, it's a great resource. There's so many different mockups on there, and they're not just limited to t-shirts. But for the purpose of this first segment of this session, the reason I've gone to t-shirts because that's what we're on right now. So you can see different designs of t-shirts, both male and females. And just imagine every design that you see, you can model and you can make those alterations by using the prompt. Okay, even if there's text, look, I love sleep. If you want to say I love cake, we could take a similar design, get it recreated, and play it on the t-shirt. So it's a great place that will give you inspiration, and it's not only limited to t-shirts. Okay, so if I go back to mock-ups, let's have a look. We've got mock-ups for apparel. Okay, devices, print, packaging, business card, books, iPhone, and t-shirts. And if you remember in Artistly, in the fast designer section, we have things like logo, certain merchandise, clothing, certain apparel, etc., etc. Okay, wall art. So if I now, for example, if I go to apparel, let's go to apparel. Let's see what they have, because I showed this last week in Redbubble how you could do it for certain different elements. Okay, we also have, we got this certain hoodie mock-ups. Again, we can also model that. So here you got one design, just take an image, use Mirror Magic, and we can modify that prompt, and then we can modify the design and the text for our liking, and then place it onto a model of our choosing, and then make those adjustments. So if I went to the media library, you can see previously I've got even a female version also. So these were all created using Artistly, all in-house. So again, the same method. If I go to the AI, I make sure I select it, I come to Mirror Magic, and then I generate the prompt, and you'll see this will completely change. You'll actually probably get even more hyper realistic than it already is. But once it's done, okay, let's have a look. Let's generate the prompt. Once it's done, then with the image generator, we can make those adjustments. So now here you can see the prompt is, and again, I can make any changes that I want. So let's go ahead and generate. Okay. So it's understanding a good structure and order of how you want to create those designs. So what I mean by that, because sometimes even when I say it, it can be a little bit confusing if it's not shown. So let's get this prompt done. I want to make this a brand new image. Okay, let's get this image done. Okay, we've got this woman here with the guy in the back. That's fine. And you can see, can you see the difference now? So it gets even better and better. But I'm going to delete this one, okay? And remember, this was made by using the AI section. Now I take her. I take this very attractive computer. That's what it is. I'll remove the background. Let's get rid of the background, okay? Now remember, we can make full length figures models. And there we go. Okay. Now check this out. I can readjust it. I can put her, I could do the same with him actually. So, and if I wanted to put another one, maybe she has a twin that she's then modeling another graphic. That's something we can also do. Okay. So let's have a look. And you can, I mean, it's a really simple way of doing it. And, each one, I come to Merch Magic for this female here. Select cloth type. Let's just say, let's find, I don't know, let's see if we can capture this one. Because this one's a little bit messy, unreadable. But anyway, let's see what the AI does. Remember, we can get any design, any t-shirt that's probably a bit more feminine. But if I wanted to do some designs like that, we can go. And yes, and they all have their hands in the pocket. So yes, remember, this is a key part. It's about your prompt. So in the prompt, when you design the graphic, you can be very clear that you do not want the hands in the pocket. Okay. So that's done. Let's have a look. Okay, she's done. Let's remove the background. So now I'm hoping you would have seen that we've demonstrated that we have that design and it has now been transferred on to the female. Okay, very easily. And you can see how we can do this all day long. And remember, we're not just limited to t-shirts. We have other elements of merchandise, dices as well. If I wanted the female with a hoodie, that's something I could also do. But and remember, we can do object removal. We can actually adjust the background scene. We can use instant scene if we want, or if we want to do a manual replace, like I mentioned, if we want to put our own thing in the back, that's something we can do. And another thing is face swapper, right? So this is another important point, okay, that hasn't been mentioned. So if I want to impose my face on the character, what's stopping me from doing that? So let's see. Okay, so if I had that character, I wanted to put my face on there. We go to face swapper. Let's go ahead and select a file. Let me see if I can get something. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, you won't be able to see it, but it will be on my screen. Let's see. Okay, let's see if this will work. Face swapper. Okay, swap face. So who's having fun so far? Is everyone enjoying themselves watching this? All right, I've gone on the female. I don't know if I should laugh or cry, but you know what? I'm going to go for it. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, because remember, I had her selected. But now look, just imagine the power of this for your client. Any model, I have now imposed on it. So it's a very interesting, way of really demonstrating the power of this. Okay. So this is really important. So we could make a whole category of different models. And remember, we're not just limited to just making the graphic. This will also segue into creating advertisements or ads for your clients also, and even yourself. So I just want you to picture that we're not just limited. We can do this for our own projects. We're not limited to creating designs for selling t-shirts. We can do this for any merchandise. There's nothing stopping us for being in a room on the table. We have a coffee cup, a mug, maybe a laptop out on there. There's certain text. Maybe this is for an advertisement. We're making a thumbnail. There's a whole plethora of different elements we can create in terms of designs. It's about knowing exactly what you want. And that's why even ChatGPT or using AI will help you with coming up with ideas or creativity, depending on what your objective is. And then it will reverse engineer the steps that you need to do in order to get to what it is that you're seeking. Okay. Yeah, and like Paul's saying, just simply specify the desired pose in the text prompt. So it's really key. In this one, I wanted their hands in the pocket, but if you don't want their hands in their pockets, it's all about being specific with the prompt. And that also applies with even the video apps, okay? Depending on what you tell the AI specifically, it will give you the response and it will give you the output depending on the prompt that you create. So now that is scary, yeah. So you can imagine you can create characters, any characters, Oh, I'll tell you something. Imagine this. for the health and fitness industry. You could have a muscular person and you could superimpose their face on any character, right? You could create storyboards. It does not matter. Okay, you can make viral videos or viral thumbnails creating this technique where you're layering on other people's faces on your subjects. Okay, so just I'll quickly, last but not least, I'll just touch on this again with a free pick. Check it out. It's got so many different beautiful templates. And look, even if I go to, let's say, Instagram, okay, Insta, because this will kind of really work well if you were doing social media management. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, you know what I'll do? Let's type in food. Okay. Now, imagine if you have actually, you know what? Let's do dentistry because that's what we were speaking about. So it's a bit more congruent. Dentistry. Okay. Dentistry or teeth whitening is what we were speaking about, wasn't it? But anyway, let's say we wanted to remember all of these images we can create ourselves. That's not an issue. But here's actually a good one. Let's just say we were doing teeth whitening, isn't it? Here's a good image. This one, obviously, you have to have an account in order to pay for it. But I'm going to do the same thing. I come and I capture an image of this image, which I'm not going to pay for, but I want to use Artistly Mirror Magic more specifically to create a version of it because that's specifically what I want. I'm going to take the same steps once I have it. Where's it gone? Okay, let's go upload. And just like that, we have the image now. AI Mirror Magic, select it. Make sure it's always selected on the canvas. Otherwise, it will not appear. There we go. Mirror Magic, generate the prompt. And we'll give that a few moments. Now, one other update I think you will have noticed is the servers have vastly increased in their speed, okay? But okay, let's go ahead and generate that image. You can see in terms of the prompt, we can actually make edits to the prompt. We can enhance it. So you remember about the subjects having their hands in their pockets. If we want, we can always go back and say, can you put the hands to the side or any gesture that you want to place, maybe in the air, whatever it is, any crazy gesture, or maybe holding a sign. Okay, so this is a very powerful way, as you know, with Mirror Magic, that it takes away the headache of you being creative and having to do things from scratch. Okay, it's just finding things that are already out there that you can model very easily by just doing a little bit of research, like I've just shown you now. Okay, we give that 2% more, and it should be ready to go. So just remember, with this, there'll be all different recommended images relating to that. So it doesn't matter whatever your niche is for your particular client or whatever niche you are dealing with, then you can come and you can put that specifically into the search column until you get what you need. Okay. So I've got all of these tabs, so sometimes it can have an effect on the delay. And plus I've gone by 16 by 9, which I probably should have just stayed with 1 by 1. Okay, it's quite a large image and we've got so many different layers on here, haven't we? Okay. So let me know in the chat box, everybody, what have you thought so far? Okay. I'm going to reload that because I know I've got too many things open. So while I'm letting this load up, let's have a look. Amazing ideas. Okay, fantastic. So should we have a full picture or just a design without the background for the picture? Just remember, you can have a full picture, a partial picture, because even if you have a partial picture, guess what? We have Smart Expand. Okay, so we can actually process it. We can actually make it bigger, smaller. It does not matter. Okay. So just remember, with places like here, you can come and I'm just thinking, just imagine if you are trying to do social media, say Instagram story. Okay, I want to look at stories. Let me type it in properly, and will it give me a prompt? Because sometimes you can find Instagram story templates. Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, so here we have, some of them like this, and you've got different stuff. Actually, you've got different styles, isn't it? But you can see, look, you've got to pay for this stuff. So something like this, you can see variations. Okay, if I scroll down, you'll see other elements of it. And look, something like this, you have to pay for. You actually have to pay for, but we can take a capture of it and we can redo it. Okay, so here we have this image here of this. Well, essentially we've modeled this image. The AI has modeled this image, and we can repurpose this, okay, for our own ads, our own clients. So you can make 30 days worth of content, 60 days, doesn't matter, of image relating to a dentist. So if you're working for a dentist company, then you could create many images around a particular aspect, what they specialize, teeth whitening, and then you could extend it. You could put text on the side. It does not matter. You have that ability to do so. Okay. Yep, this enhances creativity to a higher level advance. And like Reed said, please, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. So just mind blowing stuff. So if I'm completely honest, I'm just telling you a snippet of what is capable from this, because obviously the time is, we can't be here for hours, but just some of these aspects of using it, it would cost you hundreds, if not thousands, if you were to do this manually. Like, if you really think about it, and you're probably thinking, well, is it going to really cost hundreds and thousands? Now, I want you to imagine hiring a designer. First of all, when you're creating, like, I'll speak about this in just a moment. We'll be covering this. When you're creating an ad, you need a copywriter. Copywriters are not cheap. Okay. Next, you're going to need a graphic designer. Now, hiring a graphic designer is another headache itself that will cost you a lot of money. And then once you've done all of that stuff, if you've created either graphics or you need to do something physically, like I mentioned, you have to hire a venue, you have to hire a photographer, you have to not only think about pre-production, you also have to think about post-production. We haven't even talked about travel expenses, getting to point A to point B and then back. The venue, the clothing, getting merchandise printed out to demonstrate the product, and then hire a model for the purposes of doing this. So in the grand scheme of things, it is very costly. And we're just talking about one piece of item. Some individuals, especially if you're creating a catalog, they have 10 pieces of clothing, 20 pieces of clothing. They have to hire multiple models for the day in order to get all the right shots. And sometimes they get one picture and they're not happy with it. They have to choose a particular time of day because of the lighting, if they don't have their own additional lighting. And then you've got to think about having breaks. I mean, people are also difficult to manage. So I want you to understand that there's a lot of expenses that are now being reduced. And the reason I'm mentioning this to you, so when you are speaking and you're communicating with your prospective client, you should understand the cost saving technique that you are employing for them. So they know typically if they were to do this, it will cost them hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to do this. However, you are coming in at a fraction of what it would typically cost. Okay, so even if they were going to pay, let's say they're going to pay $1,000, right, of you creating mock-ups for, well, what they think are mock-ups. Essentially, you can explain hyper photorealistic images of 20 models, right? If they would typically spend about $1,000 or $2,000, you could come in and say, $500, 50% off. Just think about it. Okay, so get very excited. Let your brain fire away and just think about all the different possibilities. So, but what if the doctor's cabinet differs from the one we create? Can we put it on of our client? So, if it differs, remember we can do background removal and we can tell our client to take a picture of their office with no one there, and then we can actually place their own office into the graphic. Is everybody with me? And remember, we also have the ability of doing in printing if we want to make changes. Number one, also we have the ability of object remover. Okay, we can change or remove that object if we're not happy with it and it doesn't align with what we have in terms of our vision. So, like Reed is saying, we can offer a plethora of services at very affordable rate. They don't have to hire a copywriter, photographer, videographers, designers. They can get it through us. So you are essentially managing all these different avenues. You are doing everything under one umbrella. So, if there was a cabinet, as mentioned, we can remove that cabinet and we can go ahead and we can remove any other scene in the background if we want. We could come back to AI. We could create a brand new scene, or we could tell the prompt here, recreate the scene without a certain cabinet, etc., etc. Right? Okay, so just remember face swap, powerful feature. So you can impose now your face on particular characters as well, or certain ads. And again, that will apply for your clients also. Um, so we've looked at that. Okay, next, let's have a quick look at ads. Okay, because I think you're going to get excited about this. I really think you're going to get excited about this. But just quickly before I come off free pick, remember in terms of assets, if you're creating those wall art, those memes, we're talking about mugs, the apparel, the hoodies, and things like this. Free pick will also have beautiful designs. Okay, so designs you can come and find photos or any kind of vivid design, like have a look at this. Okay, any colors, anything that's vibrant. We don't come here. Let's come back here. So let's have a look. Let's just say ink color. Okay, ink stamp, whatever it may be. You've got a splash of colors. Ink splash. And I've done this before on a t-shirt, and I'm pretty sure I put it in Redbubble as well. Ink splash. Okay, this would look nice on a t-shirt as an example. Okay, and then you could layer some text in there if you wanted. Okay, so we can take this image and we can put it on a t-shirt. So I just want you to understand there's a whole vast number of images you can choose, and you can go and model using free pick. Okay, now next, let's have a look at ads. This is where things are going to get a bit more tasty. Now, the intention why I'm showing you about the t-shirts, yes, you can sell this as your own, but just want you also to picture, if we're coming from a frame of mind that we're trying to service a client, that the client has come to us, or we are providing specialist service around t-shirt creation, which we've done. Okay, great. Okay, and there's all the other aspects under the text to image function within Artistly in the first section of Artistly. Okay, now coming to ads. Imagine you have a client that you want to offer services to a client. Okay, it doesn't matter what client they are. You just want to offer services that I can create graphic design services for ads. Now, if we go to facebook.com, just go to Google and search in Facebook ad library. Now you're going to see a screen like this. Now it will give you the ability to do, instead of you having to create an ad from scratch, we can go and find specific ads in different categories or niches, whatever it may be, under different filters, and we can see who's running ads around whatever products or services it may be. And yeah, you're already thinking it already. Why reinvent the wheel? Find out who's running what ad, like a competitor, for example, of a client of yours. Okay, we can see that they're running an ad, that ad is getting engagement. They're clearly spending a lot of money. They've really tweaked and enhanced and optimized that ad. We, with the unfair advantage that we have with Mirror Magic, we can go and capture that ad. We can model that ad, and we can actually create a different variation, keeping intact all of the successful ingredients of that particular ad, that graphic. Okay, does that make sense? That there's an ultimate unfair advantage at your fingertips using this functionality. So sometimes you're thinking, oh, but I don't know how to create an ad. Well, you don't need to. You really don't need to. Okay, yes, you could, if you want, do some basic training, go on YouTube, watch a few free videos to understand, the image to text ratio. However, we're modeling ads that already been approved in terms of that ratio. Okay, so really important stuff. So now here we've got countries by location. So I'm going to go for a dominant English speaking country. Let's just go for the United States. Okay, United States. Let's see if it pops up. There we go, United States. And you've got all different categories. We can do all issues, election, politics. Remember, even politics, you may have your local, for us, they're councillors or members of parliament, or I guess for you, it's House of Representatives. Maybe you can find somebody that's trying to get up the ladder that needs advertisements to push up their credibility because they want votes, isn't it, to get into Senate or the House of Representatives or whatever it may be. They want to take that political career as an example, okay? Housing might be another one, that maybe people are selling housing, maybe rentals, sales, whatever it may be, employment and financial products and services. I'm going to go for all products. Now I'm going to go for dentistry, isn't it? Because that's what we're discussing. So dentistry, let's have a look. Dentistry, and let's have a look. Oh, there's something wrong. But having said that, it's fine. It's loaded. Okay, now we can see there are 22,000 results. These are all active ads that we're seeing right now. Furthermore, if I choose to specifically filter, I can. So by filtering, I can make sure I'm only looking for English advertisements. Okay. But that's a key thing here. Okay, everybody. Remember, we're not limited to just do English. If you have clients, you can service clients in different countries. Next, all advertisers. Okay, we can have a look at what there is and we can filter down who we want to select. Platform. Check this out. How amazing is this? We can either do Facebook alone or Instagram, and we can filter one by one. Media type. Do I want images, memes? And remember, we have the ability using many of the applications that we have. We've got Artistly that will create images and memes, and Video Express or even Talking Photos and others that are under the suite that you may have access to will allow you to do videos also. Okay, so we can incorporate a lot of this stuff. And then check this out. You have active and inactive, or you can do active and active ads or inactive ads. So you can see maybe somebody's done a promotional campaign, has come to an end. So it doesn't necessarily have to be running. It could have expired because that promotion is done. So we can go and see what inactive ad has expired, and is it something we can model, and could we tell our client we have an idea for a promotional ad that we could run that is similar to the competitor, because they've ran 30% New Year's week discount on teeth whitening equipment. Okay, so it's all about just spending a little time and going through it. So now it'll refresh. So yes, so another aspect could be that they had an ad, they tested it, but it wasn't making a return. There was no return on investment, and it wasn't performing. So the performance of the ad was costing more money than the return of acquiring a customer, whatever it may be, in terms of all different functionality to run those ads. Okay. Now we have, check this out. Okay, so we got great information using the library where it will tell us when this ad was starting to run. You can see January the 3rd, that is today. Okay, 3 hours it's been live, it's active, and you can see the platform that it's running on, both Facebook and Instagram. This one here, we have 3 Messenger. So it's really good. It's giving us this information. Now, you may be thinking, why is it giving us this information? Because that's how Facebook makes money. They want you to have access to information, just like Google, because they want you to go and run your own ads, because that's how they make their money. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because, first and foremost, we can model competitor ads, right, in terms of even the text. Okay, even the text, you can model it. You can go and you can say, ChatGPT, hey, can you recreate this content? The other aspect is we can be a little bit naughty again. Look, here's a special offer. Check this out. Teeth whitening started to run today. Okay, and I want you to also remember this. Even if you don't want to service a client on running ads, what's stopping you from finding a third-party product out there on the internet that has an affiliate program for their teeth whitening that you could become an affiliate? Especially, you make referrals, you run your own ads to these third-party products, and you make a commission from promoting those products. So you're not just limited. Okay. So this is Facebook ads library. Just Google it, Facebook ads library, and it'll come up what you're seeing right now. So I can take this image here, save image as. Let's have a look. Save it as a JPEG. I come back to Artistly. I just simply drag and drop. Let's see if it captured that image. And check this out. It's got this image right now. This is for clear aligners. Okay. I come to Mirror Magic, and we will see if we can actually model this. Okay, so now it's got a prompt, and check this out. Special offer, get a free electric toothbrush. And remember, this will work in any category, niche. It does not matter, whatever it is, as long as it's in the library. And it just doesn't need to be in Facebook alone. There are so many other platforms out there that will give you this information. Even being on the internet and Google, you'll see advertisements. You go onto a website, you see these ad placements. It is the same strategy and placement. And check this out now. Right? Here's the original. And here's the updated version. Okay. Get a free toothbrush when starting clear aligners. And you can see the crispiness of our one. Now, I can make adjustments on this. I can expand it if I want, but this demonstrates the power and ease of it and how quick this is. For me to find an ad that's already running, if I want, now I go find clear aligners, find a company that has some kind of affiliate program. Okay. And if I wanted to be naughty, I could find out who this one is, Williamsburg Smiles, and say, look, I'll run ads and I want commissions for it. So in order to do that, you can see. Oh, here's another great thing. You can actually see if they have other ads as well. Okay, you'll see any ads that they're running. So here's another one. Look, your next dental appointment is only one click away, and this one has been. Oh, okay. So this is important now, everybody. Check this out. This ad has been running since November. Now, I want everybody to write in the chat box if this has been running since November. So it's November, okay, about 10 days of November, the full amount of December. What does it mean if it's still running? This ad. What do you think? Let me know in the chat box. Let's see if you're awake today. Come on, don't be shy. It's about being interactive here. So I'll say that again. That if this ad has been working since November, what is this? Another client. Great, fantastic. Some really good. I mean, everybody is on the ball. Okay, so this is an indicator that they're spending money on this ad because it is clearly working. So, why this is so special is there's nothing, there is nothing stopping us from actually looking at the content of the text. And we can use platforms like ChatGPT to model the text of it. Okay, keeping the main formula, the foundations of the information there, and creating a new script, but based on it, because we know it's performing. And it will work the same way with the image. We can take this graphic here. Can you see this? This graphic right here, we can go and we could model something similar. The same setup. So I want you to understand that, hey, look, life is so much more easier with things like mirror magic. We don't need to life is no longer complicated. We don't need to waste countless hours trying to figure out what design to create, what designer, how long he's going to take to get back to us, paying extortionate money, then doing about 20 different revisions because they still can't figure out what it is that you want. But you can see there's a graphic. It's not a very good graphic in terms of the clarity because it was a small image. But with the AI, the mirror magic aspect, it will give us a much more polished version for us with ease. Okay. So, for lead generation, it appears to be working really, really well. So, hey, remember any element on this we can actually add. You can see this graphic here looks messy anyway because the hand is cut off, right? So we can create the hand on the other side. We could go back to Artistly and we could layer different objects, isn't it, into a graphic and do it correctly. So, okay. So here's another version, but this is, look, now the hand is on the correct side. Okay. Remember everything that you see here in terms of the text, we can change all of that stuff around. Okay. So in order to do that, we could go to the text editor, or we can make those slight changes by doing so. Okay, so is everybody with me so far? Now I'm just going to show you one thing, and Ulrich has hit the nail on the head. You use the invited wheel instead of reinventing the wheel. Okay, that's a brilliant way. And again, split test. You can make different versions and see which one works. That's a very good point. Very good point by Nimrod. Fantastic point. Okay, so you could create more than one version, and you can actually test them. So you could create technically unlimited versions, but you would ideally create about 4 or 5 different ad sets or whatever it may be, and make certain tweaks and see which one performs best. So you're not just limited and stuck with one. You can keep on doing it all day long. Now, here's one that I found. Okay, I want to show you this. So this is one that I found. It's again, it's brushing just got a whole lot better. So there's a toothbrush there. Okay, and you can see they've got Instagram there, and they've got a Facebook account. I went to Artistly and I created, check this out, this brand new graphic based on that. Okay, so I took the graphic and let me see which one it was. Was it this one? Here we have. We've got this graphic, and there's another one as well. And I'll show you. Okay, this is one graphic I made based off the original. So these are done by Artistly. These aren't the original. Now, I made one version like this, and the other version that you saw is I use the AI just to change the background and make it a gradient color. So remember, we can do gradients, we can do all sorts. But I'm just showing you that, hey, it's all about the prompt, right? You can make as many tweaks as you want. Now, the reason I wanted to mention this to you right now is because when I've done a bit of research and I looked into it, this company, it took me no time at all. Okay, I just Googled the company and it came up with here. Look, this is their company, isn't it? Selling toothbrushes. I scrolled down all the way to the bottom and check this out: affiliate program. When I go to the affiliate program, you can join, and I guess you just put your information and you can sign up, and then you can actually make commissions by doing so. Is everybody with me? Did you see how easy that was? So, let me come off that. Okay, so you can see there will be many other ads that you could actually model and replicate and run your own ads. But this is another really important point I want to show you. Oh, where's it gone? Come back. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, that's very sad. It's just he's disappeared. Okay, so maybe this is another way. Let's see if we can pull this up. Let's see if this works. So I go to the search. Let me see if they're okay. Yes, perfect. Oof. So you can see how easy this is. Okay, I can find a company. I just took their name and I put it in there because I want to show you something. I really want to show you something. So if I go summary details, see ad details. Aha! Everybody, watch this. Are you checking this? Can you see the bottom left? This ad has multiple versions. And look at the dimensions, 1 by 1. Okay? And there'll be different changes as well. Look, 16 by 9, what we have. So we can do all of that using Artistly, but it's the importance of them doing it. That's the key thing. Okay? They've got different versions of it, and we could make another one that will be for mobile devices, 16 by 9. So really important stuff. So if you are dealing either for yourself content or for the client, you could make multiple different versions of that ad as expected. Or even if it's not an ad, if you want to create graphic for all their different devices, all their social media, you have that ability to do so also. Now, one thing that I will mention is that this will be made available again. When will it be made available? Within 24 hours, as you know, when a worksheet. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've put some resources together. Okay, there's 6 proven strategies. Okay, of how to use Artistly, social media management, and a step-by-step guide. Okay, step-by-step guide to finding clients on free platforms, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, places like Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, etc., etc. Okay, there's a nice little guide there. Now, social media management services agreement. So, if you wanted to find a client and then have a retainer or at least provide services, then there is a nice agreement that you can use, and you can pick and choose what you want to provide. But it's a nice guide. It can actually help guide you of things that you could provide or maybe things that you don't provide, right? And that will also include an NDA non-disclosure agreement. But these things you can also make adjustments. And there's also 6 proven strategies to attract new clients as a social media manager. So, social media manager, just imagine, because we've got Artistly now, if you want to create graphics on social media and you make a batch of 30, maybe 1 month's worth, you say, look, I'll do 1 month for you for free. You can create a batch very quickly, you could do it in a very efficient amount of time. And then it could turn into a long-term client. Okay, so there's some nice breakdown, especially you would create your own social media accounts. You would leverage certain platforms, which I'll discuss in just a moment. But it's about creating your portfolio. If you have sites, if you have apps like Click Sites AI as well, you can also then create that website demonstrating that you know what you are doing. That's the key thing, isn't it? That if you have social media or you want to go in the realms of dealing with the client, then it's always important that you can actually demonstrate and document that you are the specialist or expert in the area by having a simple thing like a portfolio, which you can do very quickly and with ease. Okay, so the link will be made available. Don't worry, it will be in the tutorial section with the resources. Okay. So all of those will be made available, and where they will be made available. Okay, so let me come back to Artistly, and I'll show you the direction on where you will get them. If you come here to tutorials, they should be located here. Okay, so each time there's training, you can see. Look, there's you'll have the customer training video, customer training number 2. There you can see there's a resource document, and for the last one you can see here when we talked about Redbubble and things like that, there was a resource document here, and once you're in there you can see there's a whole nice breakdown with the timestamps where the specific links were mentioned. Okay, so this way you don't need to stress out that you haven't made a note. If you want, great, but if not, we will do that for you, and you can see all accessible, any resources made available, all under one hub for you, just to make your life easier. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy all of that good stuff. Okay, now let me show you something. Now, when it comes to finding social media clients, okay, if you want to do social media, okay, in terms of managing people, because this is a really important part, you could do this you could, if you wanted to, if there's something you want to do. I've gone to Fiverr now. Fiverr, I've typed in social media manager, and I just want you to see these are pro freelancers. Okay, you can go to normal freelance, it's not a problem. But the reason I'm showing you is even normal freelancers are charging a lot of money, but pro freelancers, again, similar to, if not. Okay, now if I let's go to David here. Okay, let's see what David's doing. Now, David typically he charges a lot, well, 150 to just under $2,000. Okay, he's got over 183 orders. Now, if let's just say, let's go to a calculator. Okay, if we go to the calculator, and this is my bad maths, but let's just say we got David. Okay, let's say his typical order is $150 all the way up to 2,000, but I'm just going to stick with the lowest amount, 150. $150 times it by 183 orders. I'm just saying, let's just round it off. Okay, so 100 and memory's gone. 150. There you go. 150 times 183 orders. Okay, that's 27,000. That's the low end. Obviously, there would have been people charging $2,000 or him charging a lot of money. Now, I don't know how long he's been on there for. I don't know if it will specify. However, having said that, he's got 119 reviews. So I don't think he's probably not been on there long. But from working on Fiverr, and check this. Here's a breakdown of some of the stuff he provides, okay? But check this out. This is the thing that I wanted to mention. Look at the graphics he's making. Now, every single one of you knows for a fact we could take these images and we could create things similar to, if not better. Okay, protect your family, true coverage, health insurance, etc., etc. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, you could create these ads. Yeah, and you probably could. Now, the good thing is, just like they say in cooking, let me show you. Here's one I made earlier. Okay, so if I come here, let me scroll down to my inventory. Let's have a look. Remember that ad? I'll show you that ad that he had. Remember that? That's the one. Yeah, I went and took it and I recreated it. Check this out. My one looks much sharper than his. Okay, much sharper. Now, again, I can make more variations. I can make adjustments, etc., etc., etc. But the key thing is, it's a bit of research. You can see there's obviously some interest in this niche or this category or whatever it may be. Okay. So it's giving us ideas, and you can see increased sales and engagement. You can see more information, and you can see how ugly these graphics are. So we can not only come to Fiverr to offer services or graphic design, but if you want to look at management, social media management, that's something we can do. And some of them are not English speaking individuals, or English is not their first language. However, they're able to, still work using these sites. Now here we have this gentleman here. Now this is just mind-blowing stuff. Okay, look, check this out. 140 to 400 bucks. Okay, over 26,000 orders. Let's have a look. So if we go back to this chap here, 140 times 26, 140 times 26,000. He's made a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money. Okay, now the reason I wanted to show you this is, so number one, you take inspiration first and foremost. Secondly, what is stopping you from modeling and creating a profile similar to, or giving you ideas that you could also create an account and model? And the other reason I want to show you is that sometimes people get stuck. What do I put in my profile? Look at what others are already doing. Look at this, content marketing manager. So you could be a content marketing manager. If you don't want to do the social media aspect like running ads, fine. If you want to create their content, hey, you can also do that. Okay. And all of these things are now possible. Before they used to be impossible because, we didn't have things like Artistly, but now you do. Okay. And you can see there's a whole host of different freelancers here that you can choose from. You can see, let's have a look. It's just about running through them. Look at this. You've got this one, 623. Someone as low as $10. So you don't have to do full whack. You can do $10, $35, 190, $85. It's completely up to you. But you can come and you can model. If we go to graphic design, as you know, logo maker, yeah, we can do logo design. We can do avatar design, cartoons and comics. We have that. We can do storyboards essentially. We can do, mock-ups, apparel, social media posts. We can do all of that stuff. There's so many things that you could come and create an account, and this is what you can provide. Okay. Book designs we can do, we can model, etc., etc. Now, so you've seen that one. Okay, that's fine. Next, I've gone to Upwork. So Upwork's another place where you can become a freelancer. Okay, you can find, there are people online from around the world that are business owners that are looking for individuals remotely that specialize in an area that they require help for, and they post their job. So say, for example, if there's someone there that says, look, I need a social media manager, that company comes here and they make a post looking for individuals that can fill that role. Okay. Now I've gone to Upwork and I've typed in social media manager here. Now you can change different permutations. You can try different words. So it can be social media manager. You can do content creation manager, right? Just like we saw in Fiverr. But here, I just want to show you this one. Let's have a look. Let's open it and have a little read of it. So Instagram content creator and planner. Now you have to ask the question, do you think you could create content for Instagram and then find an app or do a bit of research how you could plan out how that gets drip fed in the account? That's it, right? And if you think that's complicated, you could just ask ChatGPT. I'm going to create the content using Artistly. What's the best way of me planning it out and syndicating it to the client's account? I mean, it doesn't get easier than that. Okay. Now, let's have a look. So if I scroll down, this person is, let's look. Okay, they've already spent this. So some of them, they won't show you how much you can make from it or what their budget is until you're signed up. However, this person has over 10 to 15 proposals. They're interviewing 5 people, but they've spent about $8,000 so far. Okay. If I go back, here we have, look, freelance product marketing specialist required. Okay. Here we have a social media content creation. So that's more in line what we want. Okay, this job is private and can only be viewed by admitted freelancers, which is fine. So we carry on. We've got more specialists to grow clients, social media manager. And remember, it's all about the prompt. Just remember that. Okay. Social media manager, $700. So let's do content creation. Okay. Content creation. Social media content creation. Okay. TikTok content creator. Engage. So make engaging video content for our products. Now you could create a graphic essentially in Artistly, and then you can use talking photos or even Video Express to create those videos. And I guess someone who can create daily unique content. So 150, this is something you could research. Is this on a daily basis 150, or is this for like X amount of videos? These are things that you would need to find out. But I'm just showing you, I'm trying to demonstrate that there are these platforms that are out there that they are hiring people to do things as a contractor or freelancer. Next, we have people per hour. Same thing, social media management. You can see there's different aspects in it. It's the same thing. If I go to here, I select this one. You can see this person is charging. They are paying £23 per hour. Okay. I need someone to help me create and possibly manage social media marketing strategies for my online shop. We'll have a look. Okay. So they need content, isn't it? They need content that they can place on their social media account. So this is powered by, I guess, some store. Okay, they've got an Instagram account. So then we have to figure out the Instagram account here. And then we can, yeah, I mean, all right. So the key thing is, can we put images on hand? So we can go to Artistly and we can try to get those modeled, right? Or even clothing, okay? Or we can make content like this, so simple, relating to their company and their individuals and their models, okay? As an example. Next, we've got another one. Okay, yeah, we did have people per hour. That's fine. But in this document, let me show you here. Okay, this document here, which we shared. Let's have a look. Upwork, a Fiverr. Yes, we've looked at. Oh, I guess yeah, we've looked at Fiverr. Freelance. Okay, you've seen. Top tool. I think you have to sign in for that one. And people per hour. People per hour. Yes. Freelance. Let's have a look. Freelancer. Okay, here's another one. Okay. And you can see popular jobs. Social media content creation. Remember, I'm just giving you an example. You can do all sorts in a content creation. Okay, average bid is about $1,000 for this. Let's have a look. Writing skills. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We could do that. We've got ChatGPT. Okay, this is range between $700 to $1,500. Yeah, don't worry. I know, Solberg, we are coming to the magical number of 2 hours, so we will be concluding. So don't worry. Otherwise, I know it does go over. Okay. So social media experience, yeah, we can do all of that. It's not a problem. And you would put a bid in there. Okay. Let's go back. Let's have a look. Let's see if we've got another one. So some of them transform my logo into 3D animation. Okay. Exchange. So you just have to spend a bit of time. Look, National Day logo design, $20. I'm looking for creative and skill to help me design for the United Arab Emirates. Okay. So they've given a lot of information. So it's actually good what they've given. It's like a prompt. They've given a prompt. So we could actually technically use this or go to ChatGPT and make it into a better prompt or enhance it or just put it directly into Artistly. Okay. And you can make different versions, like loads of different versions, and see which one they like. So this is another site you would have to come in. It's just about going through the filters, putting the particular job in there, find out which ones are the closest to what people are looking for. I mean, even if we go here, like back to Fiverr, graphic design, let's say social media content, okay? Content. Content writer, post writer. So, okay, comedy writing. It's not hard anymore. Things have changed. Website content. Okay, we can do that. That's not a problem. Now, there's huge competition. Now, can I be very honest? Okay. Now, this is a really important point, and I want to make this clear to every single one of you. Okay, so I don't want to be mean, and I'll say this respectfully. Now, there are over 8 billion people in this world. Well, let's say 8 billion. I think it's 7.5, 8 billion. Maybe it might be more now. I could be wrong. But there are billions of people on this planet. Every day, millions of brand new users are coming onto the internet. Every single day. Now, if you feel reluctant about getting head to head with competition, you're going to fail. So we need to be smart and we need to innovate our approach to the prospect. So what do I mean by that? Because it sounds good, but what do I actually mean? Okay. Things like a simple site that you build. If you've got things like ClickSites AI, build a nice website. First and foremost, okay, if you have. If not, alternatively, at least have a beautiful portfolio created that is congruent with the prospect you are trying to close. So if it's a client of a dentist, then I am going to make my material or my content solely specifically orientated around that client. That's it. Because that will demonstrate that I'm an expert in my prospective field of dentistry or content creation around dentistry. Does that make sense? So I have to be very smart in my approach. So I don't go in blind. I'm going in prepared where the moment the client looks at my portfolio, my website, they're like, okay, wow, this person clearly knows what they're doing. Okay. So don't be scared. Don't have that fear that there's so much competition because it will sabotage you. You know, if you're gonna be thinking negatively, that's exactly what you're gonna be attracting, right? Meaning, if you're going to be negative, it's when I mean attracting, I'm not talking about hoo-hoo stuff like magic or anything like that. But your brain, on a subconscious level, it will start sabotaging the steps that you take, or even your thought process, and ultimately, it's kind of already making you fail before you even taken that particular action. Does that make sense, everybody? Because your brain is not wired, you know, the way the brain is wired, it is wired for you to survive, to avoid any type of pain. The moment you start saying there's something negative about competition, as an example, I get it. So I'm not be I'm because I'm saying it because I've been through this process before. Sometimes it's better than you're like, yeah, I'll avoid it because I don't want disappointment. I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to fail on this. So it's better I just don't do nothing. Okay. So I want you to take full advantage that you have an amazing, committed group of people around you, being Paul Ponner's inner circle. Okay. And having this circle allows you to get calls like this, that if you ever get stuck and you want to discuss things with us, that we are always here to help you along the way. I mean, we had somebody in the group that asked, hey, look, I've got a client. They got a client with ClickScience AI and they wanted to help with creating a table. They were a little bit confused with it. And the team, amazing team, were able to get in straight away and direct them exactly what they needed to do to make sure they could deliver an amazing service to that client and get the job done. Okay. So, like online strategy success, it says whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, they are both usually right. So, I'm saying that to everybody because we've all been through this thought process that we're thinking about there's so much competition, and you know, and it works the same with sometimes you think, that person's already doing that. There's no point. Well, yeah, they're doing that because there's people like you that aren't doing it themselves. And you're giving away the opportunity. So there will never be saturation, most things that you do. You have to stand out. You have to go above and beyond to make sure you filter and break through that noise. And I guess the good thing is with the document here, okay, it will actually help you to try to get ahead in terms of how you can optimize your profile, whether you showcase your expertise, you're getting highlighting those testimonials. It talks about consistency and professional branding, etc., etc. So it's just about taking that one step further and really making your presence heard, because you're the only one that has the ability to shout and shout from the hilltops of the roof or through your own megaphone. If you don't do it, no one else is going to do it for you. And I don't want to sound like some motivational guy, but I'm just being honest with you. Either you sit and you do nothing and you say, you know what, there's no point, too much competition, or you be very aggressive in the action that you take, and you don't accept no for an answer, is what I'm saying. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? I really, it's 2025. You do not have the time or the money to waste right now. That's why you are on this very call right now. Otherwise, why are you here? You're here because you're trying to get better in your business and your life. And using tools like Artistly and even coming on these calls, you're here to better your circumstances. Okay, your business. That's why you're attending these calls, is to become better. Otherwise, you're not just here for 2 hours, right? Well, sometimes more. That's the key. And I promise you, like, this is 2025. Look how quickly the year's just disappeared. And you do not want to be in that position come December, which will be around the corner, saying, you know what, yeah, I just wasted 12 months. You know, that guy who came on the internet on the call at the start of the year, he was right. I wasted so much time. And I promise you, one thing I can promise you is that as you're excited right now. I get it. Sometimes, when we were talking about this, we're excited. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. What will happen 2-3 weeks down the line? That excitement will go down. That motivation goes down. So forget about being motivated. Just try to be disciplined. Just try to take consistent action. Okay, it's something that gets thrown around a lot, and that's the truth. I'm not saying go nuts to going crazy, pulling out your hair. Just spend about an hour a day, half an hour a day, or at least every other day. Spend an hour. Just try to be consistent in the action that you're taking. But if I'm completely honest with you, as you're doing this, I was speaking to someone about this the other day. Sometimes what happens when you are taking consistent action, okay, when you are flowing, when you are in a steady state, okay, what will generally happen as you are flowing, or you have a forward motional force. Whenever you're doing something, you'll probably relate to this. The moment you're trying to move forward, you have an opposing force. Okay, it's like the Joker says in Batman, or I don't know who said it, but I remember the Joker said this in Batman, as weird as it sounds. It's like an unstoppable force going against an unmovable object. You'll always have one thing pushing against the other. So what I'm trying to say is that you are going to get tested, whether that's by difficulties, some emotional things will happen, you know, uh, emotional things happen. You may have a breakup. Maybe you got some kind of huge bill that comes up. Maybe a past one, a loved one moves away, passes away, whatever it may be. Things are going to happen in your life, and it's okay. We have to navigate through them. So I'm saying, have an expectation. Yes, your life is never going to be perfect. It's never going to be, a straightforward and simple. However, we need to be smart now. We have to have an expectation. Yeah, things can go, unforeseen circumstances, but we do not stop. This is the point I'm trying to make. Just stay the course, be consistent and steady in the action you're taking, no matter what. Yeah, you need to take time off, take a week off, fine. Come back, come in the group and say, look, I'm struggling here. Can anyone give me some help and advice? And I promise you, the moment you do that and you come in the group, people will be the first ones to come and help you and lift you up. Some of these people will be even better than your own friends and your family or your spouses, because they don't understand the reason you're on this call right now. That's the truth. Okay. So, having said that, we've covered quite a lot today, and I know I don't want to stretch it out more. Okay. So please, 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 the moment this ends, if you have to take a break, go have a coffee and come back. and you can watch the replay on YouTube itself if you want to. Okay. However, we've got so many tools, so many resources, so many trainings that it's about you now taking that action, isn't it? Okay, it's great we're doing these calls. It's great, everyone's saying the information is fantastic, but it's about you now taking action and pressing upon it. Look, the way I look at it, and I remember there was look, there's a personal trainer in the gym. Okay, he's trying to help people to lose weight, to get better, isn't it, in their body. Now, this person that's hiring the personal trainer, okay, he's spending money, or he or she, or whoever they may be, they're spending money. Now, the personal trainer, if they're serious about their job, they're going to try to help that client achieve their goal. Now, what happens the moment that I'm the trainer and essentially just imagine you're the client on the other end and you're not getting any results? I'm not gonna be happy. Okay. But you also have that responsibility, isn't it? Okay. It's important that I'm looking to at least ensure and help you get results. Otherwise, if you're not doing your part, I'm trying to do my part the best as I can. But if you're not doing 90% of the other stuff when you're not on this call, then you know what's going to happen. You're never going to lose weight. You're never going to get in where you need to be. That's the reality of it. But again, everybody's a mature adult here. I get it. Life gets away, all of this great stuff. I understand. What I'm trying to press upon you, everybody here cares about every single one of you. As weird as it sounds, I know some of us have never met, most of us haven't met, but we do. That's the reason we come on these calls. Who does calls like this where we're actually getting passionate? We're talking about all of this training. We're trying to dig deep. We're giving you resources, all of this stuff. Nobody does it. And that's the reality of it. No one does it. If they do, they'll say, get your credit card ready out and pay 997 for 2-3 months worth of training. And you know what they'll say? At the end of it, they say, you know what? If you don't get results, we'll hold your hand until you actually start doing it. And it never happens. You give up by then. It's just on to the next thing, onto the next thing, onto the next thing. So let's make this even bigger. It's about getting every single one of you actually getting results, isn't it? And whether it's a small result, big result, it doesn't matter. It's the point that you're moving that needle, isn't it? So, I think my blood pressure's gone up. Okay, so remember, it's not about knowledge, it's about the action it's about the action you apply to the knowledge that you've actually acquired. Okay, and then I want you at least to find one person, maybe during the next week, not only apply what we've done, but teach one other person, maybe a loved one, a spouse, friend, family, maybe a sibling, maybe your child, whatever it may be. Just educate them on the tool, because you know what will happen? It'll reinforce your understanding also of the application, and it will give you more ideas. Okay, so like Reed saying, yes, 1 hour a day to change your life forever. Okay, so let's see. In the advanced AI navigate sentence where you can. Okay, so let me just show you this, and then we will conclude. Okay, so when you come here and start creating, can you see this custom width and height? Okay, that's one way. Okay, that's one way we can do it. Okay, this is new update edition. And also, once you're in the actual application of the advanced editor, if you come down to the cog, so you don't always have to do this at the beginning, but if you want to do this later, come to the settings and you can make those adjustments. Also, when you're using the AI section here, the generator, we also have the different perspectives or the aspect ratios that you can choose from, whether it's 1:1. We know the portrait mode was recently added. We've got 9:16 and 16:19. So try them all and see, create a variety of them and test them. And also remember, if you like something in terms of a design, not only can you export it, but you can save it as a template, so you can repurpose that template time and time again, and you'll find that located here. So you can see, look, I had this open before in the editor. Okay, save template. So apart from that, everybody, let me ask, has everybody enjoyed today's session? Have you enjoyed today's session? We are now concluding. This is the first session of 2025. Okay. And all updates, the recording will be up live on YouTube, and then within 24 hours with the resource sheet, it will be available in the members area. Okay. So I guess thank you everyone so far. And if you're watching, please make sure you subscribe if you haven't to YouTube already. Make sure you go and sign into the Facebook group or add to it. Okay. And also, if you haven't already, if you go to artistly.ai/review, if you haven't already, we would absolutely love for you, if you haven't already, leave a review, say how amazing it is. Okay. And I guess we shall now conclude. So, everybody, thank you again for tuning in. I kind of went off on a tangent, but you know what? Um, you know, I hope I haven't offended anyone with my quick little input there, okay? Because it's just about trying to helping you become better, okay? And new year, let's just not get too excited because it's a new year. Let's just be consistent. Forget about excitement, motivation. Let's just try to keep it disciplined and take consistent action, whether it's small or big, okay? So remember, for those that are tuning in, we'll give an update when the session will be next week. So please make sure we'll put that in the group, and it will come by email. Okay. And then we'll probably revert back to normal, but just make sure you keep an eye, and everyone will be updated. But these sessions we are gonna carry on. Okay, so thank you every single one of you that has attended. I really appreciate that, and on behalf of obviously the team, and not only me, I know Yash has gone, Paul, Sid, and everybody else. I mean, with your feedback, when you engage like this, it makes us more interested. I think maybe at some point I'll probably have to ask Paul and Sid if we can do maybe one session where on a Zoom call where we can see a lot of the faces. I think I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping here, but it would be nice. I could see every single. Maybe I don't know. It would be interesting if we can see everybody on the screen, but I don't know. It can get a little bit messy sometimes, isn't it? Or maybe have a small panel every single, now and again, where you can apply to come on, and then we can have a small batch of people with Q&A. I think that might be a really interesting thing to do. However, apart from that, everybody, thank you very much today for joining in, and I shall see you next week. Okay. So apart from that, any issues, if you have any technical things or issues, etc., you can always reach out to support. But yeah, definitely there's a roadmap also that will be on the resource document. But apart of that, thank you again for joining today's live session. We hope you found it informative and excited to make the most of that. So go ahead right now and go and start using the app. All right, you've got a whole day left. It's about 8 o'clock at night. Yes, it's in the evening, but for you, it's probably the afternoon. Go make the most of it, and then obviously have a good evening. Okay, so Christina, that's a good question. We'll clarify and we'll notify you which day it's going to be, if it's going to revert back to Wednesday or Friday, because I think I won't be available next week, but I think Yash will be here anyway. But that update will come. Okay, so apart from that, thank you very much. God bless you all, and shall see you next week. Okay. Okay. All right. Take care.